Hello everyone! My name is Matt McGinnis, and I'm one of the writers and producers of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Welcome to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon! For the next 48 hours, we will all be subjected to some of the cheesiest movies ever featured on MST3K, and along the way, we'll be counting down the hours to the conclusion of our ongoing fundraising campaign to make Season 14. You can visit showmaker.mst3k.com now to find out more. Simply put, we're looking to reach $4.8 million within the next 48 hours so that we can make 6 new episodes of Mystery Science Theater. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? So if you have your phone or tablet with you, scan this QR code and you'll be taken to our Showmaker page in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Our first episode is Bride of the Monster, and it was selected by our writer, Danny Gallagher. Danny writes, Bride of the Monster throws in a Far Side and a Fawlty Towers reference, which were 2 staples of my comedy nerd childhood. See, there's hope for the future yet. Now, friends, please enjoy Bride of the Monster. Happy Turkey Day. Hey, welcome back! If you're just joining us, we just wrapped up Bride of the Monster and are moving on to our second feature in the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. But before we do, I want to remind you all that the reason this year's marathon is so jam-packed is because we're about to wrap up our fundraiser event for MST3K's 14th season. If that sounds like something you'd like to be involved in, please check out showmaker.mst3k.com now or scan this helpful QR code. Our next episode was handpicked by another one of our writers, and it's something of a fan favorite. And to sweeten the pot just a bit, we're presenting this episode in its new, surgically enhanced format. Now what that means is that this episode, and a handful of others in this marathon, have been upgraded from their standard quality of 480p to a 1080p HD resolution. Take a look. As you can see, the picture on the right is vastly superior to the one on the left. And in case it wasn't abundantly clear, this is also the next movie we're playing in today's marathon. That's right, it's The Puma Man, chosen by our writer Ross Bryant, who tells us his favorite riff is sung to the tune of the classic Puma Man theme. When you want the flavor of bacon in a dip, enjoy The Puma Man. Happy Turkey Day. Hello friends, welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon, where we're counting down the hours to the end of our Season 14 fundraising campaign. And it's a real barn burner. If you haven't checked the tally lately, scan this QR code, which will take you to showmaker.mst3k.com, and you can make your pledge to keep MST3K alive today. I do it now, but this whole thing's been pre-recorded. Now then, we just finished the surgically enhanced presentation of The Puma Man, and are moving on to the third movie that was selected by one of our MST3K writers. This one was chosen by writer John Gutierrez, who writes, I wish I could nominate the entire beginning of the movie as my favorite riff, as I love the extended sequence riffing on the constant "Leave the Bronx" announcements. Well, you can leave the Bronx, but don't leave your couch as we enjoy Escape 2000. Happy Turkey Day. Hello, and welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon, the only marathon event brave enough to show 48 straight hours of cheesy movie madness. I'm Matt McGinnis, one of the writers and producers of MST3K, and I'm very excited to announce our next episode. It comes to us from the show's latest season, which premiered exclusively in the Gizmoplex. The Gizmoplex is the virtual home for all things MST3K. There, you can find new and classic episodes and a whole smattering of additional content you won't find anywhere else. So if you're still looking for a gift for the Misty who thinks they have everything, Gizmoplex Season Pass could go a long way. In fact, we're currently in the last 42 hours of our crowdfunding campaign to make the show's 14th season, and if we raise enough, those new episodes will premiere in the Gizmoplex too. Just visit showmaker.mst3k.com now to find out how you can help us make a new season of MST3K. Go on, we'll wait. Okay, next up is the episode that introduced our latest test subject, Emily Connor. Join her aboard the simulator of love as she is forced to endure Beyond Atlantis. Happy Turkey Day, Mother Crabbers! Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you just missed Beyond Atlantis. But don't worry, the episode is still available in the Gizmoplex for your viewing pleasure. Beyond Atlantis was one of 13 episodes we made for the show's latest season, and we'd love to make more. If you'd like to help us, please visit showmaker.mst3k.com to find out how, and you could get your name in the closing credits. It's a QR code, you can scan that right now. Our next episode in this mega marathon was chosen by our writer, Kevin Soretta. It's a movie that was directed by the one and only Paul Frees, the voice of Boris Badenov, the Haunted Mansion's ghost host, and the Pillsbury Doughboy, just to name a few. So we have him to thank for this cinematic stinker, The Beatniks, a movie that's just as adorable as it is bad. In fact, when we asked our writers to send us their favorite riffs, Kevin actually chose a line directly from this film. Sideburns don't need your sympathy. Sometimes this stuff just writes itself. So sit back, relax, and hide your fat barkeeps, because here come the Beatniks. Happy Turkey Day. Oh, hey, sorry, welcome back. I thought I had enough time for a dinner break. We just finished the Beatniks, and we're about to move on to the next movie in our lineup. You see, we're kind of like TCM, but less organized. Sorry. Hey, by the way, did you know we're hosting a fundraising campaign for a new season of MST3K? If you didn't, now you do. Visit showmaker.mst3k.com. There, you'll be able to make your pledge and take your pick of our snazzy rewards that you can get as a token of our thanks. And now, the next episode. Sometimes after a while, we may lose the rights to certain movies in our collection, meaning the episode won't be available for streaming anywhere online. But luckily for us, we sometimes get those rights back, and we're happy to add this one back into the fold. That's right, the next episode in the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon is the saga of the Viking women and their voyage to the waters of the Great Sea Serpent. Happy Turkey Day. Hey everyone, I'm Matt, one of the writers and producers of MST3K, and welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon, where we're counting down the hours to the finale of our crowdfunding campaign to make a new season of MST3K. We just finished Viking Women and the Sea Serpent, which has long been missing from the show's catalog. But if you missed it, you can still stream it in the Gizmoplex. Well, we have 36 hours left in our 48-hour marathon, and what a marathon it's been so far. In the past 12 hours, we've shown Bride of the Monster, The Puma Man, Escape 2000, Beyond Atlantis, The Beatniks, and Viking Women and the Sea Serpent. And we now move on to another classic episode handpicked by one of our writers. This one comes to us from Harold Buckles, and he's chosen The Giant Gila Monster, a personal favorite. Harold writes, The Giant Gila Monster is a great old 50s low-budget teenage drive-in monster movie with a delightful riff. I couldn't agree more. Why don't we all get comfortable and sing whenever we sing for The Giant Gila Monster. Happy Turkey Day. Hello friends, and welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. In case you're just joining us, we've just wrapped up The Giant Gila Monster, the 7th title in our 24-movie, 48-hour marathon/telethon. And I'd like to remind you all that the reason we're holding this telethon is so that we can raise the funds necessary to make an all-new season of MST3K. If that sounds like your bag, please scan this QR code and head over to showmaker.mst3k.com. There, you'll get a full breakdown of what you can expect when you make a pledge to keep MST3K alive. We're now going to move on to an episode I really enjoy, The Starfighters, in a beautifully new surgically enhanced presentation. What is surgically enhanced? Check out this example.
Yeah, first thing he does is poop on my car.
It's kind of amazing to see the difference between the original version and its surgically enhanced high-def picture. Now, you can enjoy all the refueling scenes in glorious high definition. Why don't you refuel with the Starfighters? Happy Turkey Day! Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. Our fundraiser to make a 14th season of MST3K is still going strong, so if you're still awake, head on over to showmaker.mst3k.com now to make your pledge, or you could just scan this QR code. It'll take you right to the Showmaker site. We've just finished a surgically enhanced presentation of The Starfighters, and we're just about to move on to a movie that kinda combats the senses. See, sometimes when we're writing the show, we can feel like we're living it, like we're the test subjects. And no movie made that more apparent to our writers than this Season 13 title, Munchie. Kind of fitting that we're showing this on Turkey Day, since Munchie kind of looks like he's made a turkey loaf. Anyway, brace yourselves, because here comes Munchie. Happy Turkey Day. Hey there, it's 3 a.m. here on the East Coast. We're doing fine. How are you holding up? Yeah? Good. It's late here, but that doesn't mean it's too late to make a pledge to our fundraiser to make another season of MST3K. Just scan the QR code or visit showmaker.mst3k.com on the browser of your choosing. It's pretty easy when you get the hang of it. Sorry, we've got like 30 hours left in this 48-hour marathon, and I can't kid you. We're pre-recording this. I'm probably asleep right now. You probably should be too. But hey, we've still got more cheesy movies to get to, so let's keep the ball rolling. The next episode in our marathon is Master Ninja 2, and it was handpicked by our longtime writer, Matt Conant. Matt writes, "Among my social circle, this episode was always the top suggestion for best episode to show a newbie. Do you agree? Head over to the comments section at showmaker.mst3k.com and tell us which episode you'd show to a budding Misty. And now, please enjoy Master Ninja 2. Happy Turkey Day." Oh hi, I'm Matt. This is the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. Still going strong, like our fundraiser, showmaker.mst3k.com. There you'll find all the details about how you can help us make a new season of MST3K. We got another movie coming up. This one's a surgically enhanced presentation. And if you don't know what surgically enhanced is, check this out.
First thing he does is poop on my car.
Our next film is none other than Catalina Caper, the first comedy riffed by the MST3K crew, which violates one of the show's rules. Never riff on a comedy. That would make it a joke on a joke. Probably should have thought of that before we wrote Munchie. Anyway, luckily for the writers, the comedy of Catalina Caper doesn't work. Luckily for us, it's got a musical number by Little Richard. That'll wake you up. Anyway, here's Catalina Caper. Happy Turkey Day. Good morning, Misties, and welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. Hope you slept well. My name is Matt, and we're quickly approaching the last 24 hours of our campaign to bring back MST3K for another season. That means there's still time to make your pledge and help us make more MST3K. Scan this QR code now or type showmaker.mst3k.com into your browser window. You'll be glad you did. Now, all throughout this Mara/Telethon, we've had writers from the latest season of MST3K pick their favorite classic episodes and share why they love them. And this next episode comes to us from Sarah Morisano. She's chosen Operation Kid Brother. Why? Let's find out. Sarah writes, "I did not know that international parodies were a thing until I became a fan of MST3K. The show taught me about certain inner workings in the movie industry you don't hear about when you're a young kid primarily exposed to Disney and other mainstream fare." Excellently put, Sarah. Let's start the day off right with a heaping spoonful of Operation Kid Brother. Happy Turkey Day. Good morning, Misties of all ages, and welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. I'm Matt McGinnis, one of the writers and producers of the show. We are now 24 hours away from the end of our fundraising campaign to make a new season of MST3K. So if you haven't pledged yet, now's the perfect time. If you go to showmaker.mst3k.com right now, you can find out how to make your pledge, keep MST3K alive, and pick out a nice little reward for yourself in the process. The most priceless reward? The feeling of satisfaction you get from knowing you are doing your part to keep the long-running Peabody Award-winning movie-riffing puppet show going. So say we all. Now, since yesterday, we've been streaming a whole mess of new and classic MST episodes. So far, we've shown Bride of the Monster, The Puma Man, Escape 2000, Beyond Atlantis, The Beatniks, Viking Women and the Sea Serpent, The Giant Gila Monster, The Starfighters, Munchie, Master Ninja 2, Catalina Caper, and we just wrapped up Operation Kid Brother. So, now that we're at the halfway point of our Mega Marathon Telethon, we thought we'd treat you to another episode from the show's latest season. When we initially acquired this movie, show creator Joel Hodgson stated that he thought this title could possibly be the new Manos. We're curious to know what you think. Head to the comments section of our Showmaker site during the next episode and tell us what you believe is the worst movie that's ever been featured on MST3K. In the meantime, please try to enjoy this presentation of The Bubble. Ah, The Bubble, the movie I love to hate. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. The clock is ticking, and we're counting down the hours to the conclusion of our MST3K Season 14 fundraiser. If you haven't already, now's as good a time as any to make your pledge at showmaker.mst3k.com. Huh? Come on. Now, throughout this 48-hour event, we've had writers from our show select their favorite classic episode and what they love so much about it. This episode is no different. It's called Time Chasers, and it was selected by our very own Leslie Kinzel. Leslie writes, Time Chasers is one of the most fun movies MST3K has ever done, in my opinion. This episode also features one of my favorite host segments, in which Mike joins Pearl on the Widowmaker's porch for a neighborly chat. I have to agree with her there. Don't go chasing waterfalls because it's time for Time Chasers. Happy Turkey Day. Welcome back. I'm Matt McGinnis, that was Time Chasers, and this is the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. That's right, Telethon, because we want to make more episodes of MST3K, and we need your help. If you visit showmaker.mst3k.com and make your pledge at any point in the next 20 hours, you'll be doing your part to ensure that we can keep delivering deliciously cheesy movies directly to your eyeballs. Personally, I think the best time to do so would be right now, before you forget. But trust me, you won't, because we still have lots more movies to get through before this fundraiser is complete. And our next movie is a real dud. It features the only monster that could probably win the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. It's Horror of Party Beach, presented with a new surgically enhanced picture. Now you may be asking, Matt, just what is surgically enhanced? And I might respond, who are you? And how did you get into my house? But I'll tell you. Our surgically enhanced process takes classic episodes of MST3K, which are usually presented at around 480p standard definition, and upgrades them to 1080p high definition for a sharper, clearer, sexier picture. Take this clip from Puma Man, for example.
Yeah, first thing he does is poop on my car.
Yes, sir, the dry look has never looked drier. And now, grab your floaties, because it's time for Horror of Party Beach. Happy Turkey Day. Yeah, and she thinks she's the passionate one, right? Oh, hey, welcome back to the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. I'm Matt McGinnis, and we just finished a surgically enhanced viewing of Horror of Party Beach. I don't know about you, but the idea of being smothered by a huge loaf of pepperoni-studded brown bread doesn't sound too bad right about now. If you're just joining us, we have 18 hours left to raise enough funds to make a new season of MST3K, and you can help. All you have to do is scan this QR code or go straight to showmaker.mst3k.com for more info. If we're lucky, we can make 6 new episodes of MST3K. But we won't say no to more. Now, through most of this year's marathon, we asked some of our writers to pick their favorite MST3K experiments and to tell us why they love them. And this next episode was picked by me. It's called Prince of Space, and it's an episode very near and dear to my heart. Let's see what I had to say about it. In this movie, we get an outrageous Japanese superhero, we get Mike as a robot, the bots in a Sylvan Glen, Crankor. Who could ask for more? Couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, I did. It's my pleasure to introduce Prince of Space. Happy Turkey Day. Thus concludes the adventures of Prince of Space, one of my favorite MST3K experiments. Hello friends, I'm Matt, and you're watching the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. We still have 16 hours left before the conclusion of our fundraising event to make more episodes of MST3K. We're nearing the end, but you still have time to make your pledge. Scan this QR code here, and you'll be directed to showmaker.mst3k.com, where you can take your pick of the various rewards we have to offer. Things like t-shirts, pins, magnets, digital downloads, in-person classes, and much more. It's a cornucopia of MST merch, but you can only claim your reward if you pledge soon. Moving on, we have another special treat from Season 13 that we're excited to present today. In case you missed it, yesterday we played Beyond Atlantis, the first episode to introduce Emily Connor as the show's latest test subject. Well, today, we're showing another Emily experiment, and possibly the most competently made movie we've ever featured on the show. I'm talking, of course, about Dr. Mordred. It's been a long-held belief that this film was originally written as a Doctor Strange movie, but when the filmmakers lost the rights, they did a quick rewrite and changed the character to Dr. Mordred. But when we spoke to the film's screenwriter, C. Courtney Joyner, he informed us that this was never the case. Let the record show, Dr. Mordred is not a Doctor Strange ripoff. That's what you get for believing everything you read on the internet. Anyway, this episode and our interview with Mr. Joyner originally appeared in the Gizmoplex, the new home for all things MST3K, and we're happy to present it now. Get comfy, curl up with your landlord, and enjoy Dr. Mordred. Happy Turkey Day! Well, if Dr. Mordred is a Christmas movie, at least we waited until after Thanksgiving to show it. Hello everyone, I'm Matt, and this is the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. What makes this Turkey Day Marathon different from all other Turkey Day Marathons? I'm glad you asked. We're not just showing 48 hours of new and classic MST episodes for funsies. No, we're trying our best to reach $4.8 million to make new episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Our fundraising campaign only has 14 hours left, so you'd best get on over to showmaker.mst3k.com and make your pledge if you haven't already. It's good for what ails you. The next episode in our Mega Marathon Telethon is the infamous Girl in Gold Boots, which was selected by Alex Lupica, one of our writers from MST's latest season. Alex writes, "As much as I love the cheesy sci-fi experiments, I have a real soft spot for those cautionary tale riffs too, and this is right up there with I Accuse My Parents for me. It's hard to say what's bleaker, the plot or the dancing. We invite you to be the judge. Do your best to enjoy Girl in Gold Boots. Happy Turkey Day." Those boots were made for walking, and that's just what they did. Hello friends, my name is Matt, and you're watching the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon, in which we hope to raise enough funds to make an all-new season of MST3K. There's a scant 12 hours left in our campaign, so you'd be wise to head over to showmaker.mst3k.com now to make your pledge. If all goes well, we'll be able to make 6 new episodes of MST3K, but of course, we won't balk if we get to make more. Now last night we played a movie that was long absent from the MST library, Viking Women and the Sea Serpent, and we're happy to announce that another title has recently been added back into our collection, and it's the next movie in our lineup. It's none other than Stranded in Space, which admittedly I don't believe I've ever seen. So I'm excited to hunker down with all of you and partake in the joys of a long-lost episode of MST3K. Really hope it doesn't suck. Quality control is not a big thing around here. So without further ado, here's Stranded in Space. Happy Turkey Day. And that was Stranded in Space. If you missed it, worry not. Now that the episode is back in our catalog, you can find it available for viewing in the Gizmoplex, the online home for all things MST3K. Don't forget, a Gizmoplex Season Pass makes a great gift for the Misty in your life. We still have 10 hours left in our Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon, and the show must go on. You still have time to make sure our show goes on by making a pledge to the MST3K Season 14 Showmaker campaign. This handy-dandy QR code will fill you in with all the details. Just scan it with your phone or tablet, and you'll be immediately directed to our fundraiser page, where you can make your pledge. Our marathon continues with a trip to the UK and an episode selected by show creator Joel Hodgson. It's Gorgo. Here's why. Gorgo has always been an interesting film to me. They combined the peril of a giant monster like Godzilla in Tokyo with the pageantry of King Kong appearing on Broadway, all shot on location in Ireland. What more could you want? It's hard to argue with that. Now, Gorgo, sit down, because it's time for Gorgo. It was not my best work. Happy Turkey Day. Now that Gorgo is gone, we can move on to the next movie in our Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. We only have 8 hours left before this marathon and our fundraiser are complete. So, since time is of the essence, I urge you to get over to showmaker.mst3k.com as soon as you can. You don't want to miss the chance to bring back MST3K for 6 new episodes, do you? I hope not. Scan this QR code to visit the site and make your pledge now. Our next episode comes to us direct from the Gizmoplex. In fact, this is the episode that introduced the Gizmoplex into the world of the show. It's called Santo and the Treasure of Dracula. Now, I must warn you, this is a weird one. It throws in some time travel with a Dracula at large in an 1800s Mexican city. If that sounds incomprehensible, that's because it is. Tuck in for this late-night screening of Santo and the Treasure of Dracula. Happy Turkey Day. Oh, hello again. I'm Matt, and this is the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. We've only got 6 hours left before the Season 14 Showmaker campaign is complete. That means there's only 6 hours left for you to make your pledge and keep MST3K going for another season. Please head over to showmaker.mst3k.com now and do your part if you can. The fate of MST3K is in your hands. And no, that's not a clue to the next episode. Now that Thanksgiving is over, it's officially Christmas time! What better way to kick off the season of Yule with 3 MST3K Christmas clunkers, back to back to back? Don't answer that, it was rhetorical. The first episode in this holiday block is considered by many to be a Christmas classic, and it's one of my personal favorites. It's a movie that's as stupid as it is festive. It's Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and it's gonna be the swaziest Christmas of them all. Merry Turkey Day! Hi, I'm Matt, and I just took 2 shots of 5-Hour Energy in a Red Bull. Gotta be honest, I don't really feel anything. Anyway, this is the Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon. And get this, we've only got 4 hours left. 4 hours! Do you see the QR code here? Scan this, go to showmaker.mst3k.com, make your pledge, and help us make a new season of MST3K. It's that simple. Come on, do it! I can't feel my legs. Oh yeah, the next movie. This one comes to us from the auteur of Awful, the king of kiddie matinees, K. Gordon Murray. It was also directed by Santo director Renee Cardona, so you know you're in for a weird time. It's called Santa Claus. It's about Santa Claus, okay? All right, Merry Turkey Day. Somebody fight me. Come on, let's go. Hi everyone. My apologies for my behavior in the previous introduction. I blacked out shortly before the second act of Santa Claus, but I'm better now. And just in time, we're in the final 2 hours of our Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon and our Season 14 Showmaker campaign. You heard that right, there's only 2 hours left to make your contribution to our fundraiser. Please, if you can, scan this QR code, visit showmaker.mst3k.com and make your pledge. Keep MST3K alive for a season of 6 new episodes. And for those of you who already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. It means the world to us that so many of you want this show to continue. And now, the final movie in this 48-hour Turkey Day extravaganza. This episode comes to us direct from the Gizmoplex. It features all 3 of the show's current test subjects, Emily, Joel, and Jonah, as they're each pitted against a corker of a Christmas flick, The Christmas Dragon. This episode served as last season's finale, and personally speaking, it's one that I'm very proud of. Gather your friends, your family, your loved ones. We're gonna take a trip into the time bag for the Christmas Dragon. Merry Turkey Day! Well, friends, that concludes not only our Mega Turkey Day Marathon Telethon, but our Season 14 Showmaker campaign as well. Thank you to everyone who could make a contribution to our new season. And thank you to our writers for picking their favorite episodes for this year's marathon. I think it's time we pushed the button. From Gizmonic Arts, I'm Matt McGinnis. We'll see you in the Gizmoplex.